Hello everyone. Welcome to the last session of the three hinged arches. In this, we are going to see the analysis of the three hinged arches when the springings are at the different levels, and also the analysis of circular arches. So here we see the analysis of the three hinged arches when the springings are at different levels, and also the analysis of three hinged circular arches. What we have seen till now is the analysis of the parabolic arches. Here we see also the analysis of circular arches. As we know, three-hinged arch is the statically determinate one because of the extra third hinge at the crown level along with the two hinges at the springing levels. So three-hinged arch can be circular or parabolic. So three-hinged arch may be symmetrical, non-symmetrical. If it is symmetrical, springings will be at the same level. If it is non-symmetrical, springings will be at the different levels. So when we have to go for the springings at the different levels, for example, while constructing the arch bridge in mountain terrain, it may be necessary to bridge the gap between a high mountain and a lower mountain. In such cases, it will be neither possible not to locate the springings at the same level. Then we go for the springings at the different levels. This is also the parabolic three-hinged arch, but the springings at the different levels. So here also the internal forces would be same as we have seen in the springings at the same levels. Normal thrust, radial shear, and the moment, bending moment, along with the reactions at the springings level. So you know the formula now. We have solved many problems. Normal thrust is equal to V sin theta plus H cos theta, and the radial shear is Vx cos theta minus H sin theta, where Vx is the net shear force at the given section. Slope you know by differentiating the equation y is equal to 4r by L squared into x into L minus x, we get the equation theta is equal to tan inverse 4h by L squared into L minus 2x. The reactions at the springing level, if we combine the AX and AY, we get the reaction VA square plus HA square, or AX square plus AY square. So these are all we know. R represents the shear force, N represents the normal thrust, theta slope. These are all the steps you know to draw the free body diagram. Usually, in case of the parabolic arch, no diagram would be given. You have to draw the diagram, reading all the details given in the problem. So then mark all the reactions properly. Calculate the support reactions by applying the conditions of equilibrium. Another fourth condition is available at the crown level, that is taking the moment about the crown level is equal to 0. We can find out all the reactions, then find the internal forces, applying the equations for the normal thrust radial shear, we can find out the internal forces. Also, we can find out by finding out the y by using the equation y is equal to 4r or 4h by L square into x into L minus x. We can find out the y also, and we can determine the bending moment at the given sections. Remember, in the case of the three-hinged symmetrical parabolic arch, we are measuring the x from the left end. So the equation y is equal to 4h by L square into x into L minus x. Okay. So but at the springings at the different levels, we measure the x from the ground. So let's consider a three-hinged parabolic arch with springings at different levels. You can see A dash and B are the given springings. So YC dash is the height of the crown from the first springing level A dash, and YC is the height of the crown from the second springing level B. They are at different levels. So, and let the length, what we do now, we consider the same as the two arches. One is the arch A dash C B dash by drawing a horizontal line at that point. So A dash B dash. So we get one arch. The crown is same C. Let the length of that arch be L dash. Now what we do from the point B, that is the second springing level, you draw the another horizontal line and extend the line A dash so that AB with the same crown C, ABC is the another arch of the length L. Okay, so here two arches with the same crown you are considering. So now we don't consider the left side or the right side as the origin. We consider the crown as the origin with the both. We are considering two arches A dash C B dash and A C B. Okay. So the equation of the parabola when you consider from the crown, the same diagram. When you are considering the equation of the parabola from the crown, if you are considering x is measured from the crown, remember here, y is equal to 4yc by L square into x square. This is the equation of the parabola when the distance x is considered from the crown. So that is the constant term. Since ACB and A dash C dash B refer to the same arch, so 4yc by L square is equal to 4y dash c by L dash square, that is constant. So we can write yc dash by yc is equal to L dash square by L square, or L dash by L is equal to under the root yc dash by yc. When we know the crown levels of the both the springing levels, the distance of the crown, and if we know the distance between the span of the arch, that is distance between the two springing level A dash and B, then we can find out the lengths here L dash and L. Okay. So this is the formula we use to find the lengths of the two arches. Remember, we are dividing the given arch into two arches with considering the levels at the same levels, bringing A dash and B and the B and the A dash B dash and AB. Okay. So let's solve some problems. See, in, the, in most of the cases, three-hinged parabolic arch, no diagram would be given. You have to read the question properly or mark all the data and draw the diagram. Here the question is, a three-hinged parabolic arch of 40-meter span has abutments at unequal levels. The highest point of the arch is 4 meters above the left support, that is YC or YC dash 1, and 9 meter above the right abutment, that is YC dash 2 or YC dash 1. The arch is subjected to an UDL of 15 kilonewton per meter over its entire horizontal span. It is subjected to UDL. Find the horizontal thrust and bending moment at a point of 8 meter from the left support. This is the question given. So based on the given diagram, this is the data. Sorry, based on the given data, this is the diagram. See the rise from the point A, it is 4 meter. Let it be R1. R2, it is given as 9 meter. Distance between A and B is given as 40 meter. Let the distance from the, if you draw the horizontal line from the point A, from the crown, let the distances be L1 and L1. You can see here. This is, draw the horizontal line from the point A. So from the crown, this is L1 and L1, half of the distances. So total length will be 2L1. Okay. If you consider this as the point B dash, so AB dash will be 2L1. Similarly, draw the horizontal line from the point B. If you draw the horizontal line, let it be A dash, so that it meets the extended line A here. From here, just extend this, so it meets at A dash. Okay, so the length A dash, C and BC will be 2L2. This is the L2 and L2. So the total length would be, total length of A dash B will be 2L2. This you have to remember. Okay. Half the span length of the two arches will be L1 and L2 respectively. Okay. So here you draw the horizontal line and divide this into two arches. Okay. And then mark the reactions at the support springing levels. So here you can see the reactions H and VA at the springing levels. Here similarly, here the reactions, as there are no other horizontal loads are acting, HA is equal to HB will be equal to H. So in the free body diagram you have to show the reactions. The combined reaction of these two will be RA. H and VA will be RA and H and VB will be RB. Okay. So this is the free body diagram. The UDL of 15 kilonewton per meter is acting. Rise R1 is given as 4 meter, R2 as 9 meter, L1 and 2L1 is the length of the span of the first arch ACB dash, and 2L2 is the length of the second arch A dash CB. Okay. So let's find out the reactions. To find out the reactions, we have to find out the span first. By applying the formula L1 by L2 is equal to under the root R1 by R2. R1 is 4 meter, R2 is 9 meter. Substitute, you get it as 2 by 3, and when you remove the square root. So, and L1, what is L2? Here you see, this is L1, right? From AC is L1. And if you see that here, CB is L2. And what is the distance AB? It is 40 meter. So what is L2? We can write down, or L1, sorry, L2 we can write it as 40 minus L1, right? If you take out L1 from here, distance between A and B is 40 meter. From A to C it is L1, from C to B it is L2. So if we take out L2, we can write out as L1 40 minus L1. Okay. So substitute that, you get only unknown is L1. We get L1 as 16 meter. L1 plus L2 is 40 meter. So L2 will be 24 meter. So the span, total span of A here, this total span is L1 plus L1, that is 16 plus 16, 32 meter. Okay. And similarly L2 and L2, that is the distance between the points A dash and B will be L2 plus L2, 24 plus 24, that would be 48 meter. So let's find out we have found out the length of the spans. Let's find out the reactions by taking the moments about the other end and by applying sigma V is equal to 0. Okay. So here, considering the equilibrium of the left side, here we are taking first the moment about the crown. Okay, as the springings are at different levels, we cannot take the moment about the point B or the point A. Just take the moment about the crown once, considering the left half portion, another time considering the right half portion. Let's first consider the left half portion. So we take the moment about the point C. VA into VA is at a distance of L1, that is VA into 16, minus H into 4, that is R1, and the moment of the UDL. UDL is of the intensity 15 kilonewton per meter. 15 into L1, that is 16, into L by L1 by 2, that is 16 by 2. Okay, so we get in the equation form, if you simplify, 4VA minus H is minus 480 is equal to 0. Let it be the equation 1. Let this be the equation 1. Next, consider the equilibrium of the right side. Now we are considering this portion, right side portion, this portion. Okay. So consider the right side portion. What are the forces? VB, H, and again the UDL. So VB into L2 and minus VB into L2 plus H into the rise. Now see the rise now R2, that is 9 meter. Here we had considered the rise R1 4 meter. From this level it is 4 meter, but now from this level H is at a distance of 9 meters, so you have to consider H as 9 meter plus 15, that is the UDL for the span. L2 is 24 meter now. Before it was, for the left portion it was 16, so now it is 24 into 24 by 2. Okay. So find out, you get in the another equation when you simplify. Please have a calculator with you and do all the calculations along with the video so that you can check whether the answers are correct. If not, you can inform. Okay, so you get another equation now. Minus 8VB plus 3H plus 144. So let it be the equation 2. Okay, now apply the conditions. Sigma V is equal to 0. How many vertical forces are there? VA, VB and the vertical component of the UDL, that is 15 into total span is 40. VA plus VB 15 into 40 is equal to 600. See here we are considering the total span given 40 meter, neither L1 nor L2. So VB is equal to 600 minus VA. Substitute VB as 600 minus VA in this equation 2. Okay, so we get VB as minus 8 into 600 minus VA. So we can, by considering the equation 1 and 2, we get 5H minus VA gets cancelled out. 5H minus 2400 is equal to 0. So H as 480 Newton. Okay, this is how you find the H here. In case when the springings are at the different levels, don't take the moment about the any supports at the springing level. Directly take the moment about the crown. First consider left half portion and next consider the other right portion. So by taking the moments we can find out H. So substitute that in the equation. VB is equal to 6. So any one of the equation 1 and 2, you will get VA. If you substitute VB as 600 minus VA, we get, or substituting in equation 2, we get VB. VA is 240 kilonewton and VB is 360 kilonewton. We have found out the reactions. So next we have to find out the rise of the arch. Sorry, we have to find out the bending moment at a distance 8 meter. So first, to find the bending moment, we require Y, the rise of the arch at x is equal to 8 meter from the left support. So here Y is equal to, now we are using the same equation. Y is equal to 4R by L square into x into L minus x. Find out by simplifying, substituting the values, and by simplifying we get Y is 3 meter. Okay, that is for the first arch AC B dash. Okay, it is asked at a distance of 8 meter from the left support. So we are considering here R as 4 meter only. See here, don't get confused. Since it is from the 8 meter from the left support, here this R is equal to 4 meter. Okay, not the 9 meter. We are not considering this portion. We are considering only the left portion. Okay, so we get Y as 3 meter. So as soon as we find Y, find the theta. Theta is same, tan inverse 4R by L square into L minus 2x. Substitute the value of R as 4. See here, one more thing here you have to observe. Okay, theta. Here what you have to observe here is, see the L value in the equation, it is given L. What you substitute L as? Here we are considering the arc ACB. only up to this level we are considering. So L is neither 40 nor 16. L is 2L1, that is 2 into 16 you have to substitute. Okay, that please keep that in mind. Neither substitute it as 40 meter. We are considering the arch ACB dash. Only this portion we are considering from here to here. Okay, so you have to consider L as the total span AB dash, that is L1 plus L1 or 2L1. That is what you here you can see written. L1 is 16, that is 2 into 16 square. You have to be careful in that. Don't write it as 16, just 16. It is 2 into 16. Don't write the, neither write the span 40 meter. It is not the span of AB dash. We are considering only this portion. So that only you have to consider. Here also L you can see as 32, that is 16 plus 16. So here also you can see L is 32. So if you substitute the value, you get theta as 14.2. Now it is asked to find the bending moment at that section. So consider the left portion of the section. What are the forces acting? VA, H and the UDL. So take the moment of all the forces about the section, that is VA into 8 minus H into Y minus 15 into X by 2. X is 8 meter here. Okay. So substituting the value, H is 480, Y is 3 meter, VA is 240 and X is 8. So we get the moment at the given section as 0. Why? It is expected, right? We have already proved, I have shown in the last class, if the three-hinged parabolic arch is carrying UDL over the entire span, then the bending moment about any point is 0. Here see, please read the question. Here it is asked only to find the horizontal thrust and the bending moment. So here you can stop the problem. If it is asked to find the normal thrust, radial shear, we can continue with the same. Okay, so take the test for the practice to find out the normal thrust and the radial shear for this problem. Let's move on to the next problem. Okay, here it is asked. Is it asked? Okay, radial shear. Let's find out the radial shear. So same formula, R is equal to V cos theta minus H sin theta. What is V? V is nothing but the net vertical shear force. So what are the vertical forces acting at the section? One is VA and the UDL up to 8 meter, that is 15 into 8. So you get it as V shear force at the section as 120 kilonewton. H we have already found out as 480 kilonewton. So substitute in the formula. We get R as 0. Okay, next substitute the equation for the normal thrust. V sin theta plus H cos theta. V we have already found out, that is 120 kilonewton. Substitute theta also you know. Substitute that value. We get N as 494.77 kilonewton. This is the normal thrust. This is the radial shear at the given section. Okay, here it is. I thought that I would give it as the practice, but it is solved. Okay, let's go on to the next problem. Here also springings are at different level. See, diagram will not be given. A three-hinged parabolic arch of span 30 meter has its supports at depths of 4 meter and 16 meter below the crown. The arch carries a load of 80 kN at a distance of 5 meter to the left of C and a second load of 100 kN at a distance 10 meter to the right of C. Determine the reaction at supports and bending moments under the load. See, the loads 80 kN and 100 kN distances are given from the crown, not from the supports, left and the right support. Please read the question properly and draw the diagram. See, this is given as 5 meter to the 80 kN is acting 5 meter to the left of support and the 100 kN is acting 10 meter to the right of support, right of crown, not the support, sorry. 5 meter to the left of the crown, 10 meter to the right of the crown. So the springing levels, the left support is at a high, the crown is at a height of 4 meter from the left support, that is mentioned as R1, and the crown is at a height of 16 meter from the right support, that is mentioned as R2. So keeping in mind, you have to draw the diagrams. So the reactions VA and H at the point A, as there are no other horizontal loading, HA will be equal to HB, so that would be equal to H itself. VB and H are the reactions at the left support. Okay. So next we have to find out L1 and L2. So to find L1 and L2, apply the formula. L1 by L2 is equal to under the root R1 by R2. R1 is 4, R2 is 16. So you get that as, again, L2. Here, don't forget L2, the total span is given as 30. So L2 we can write it as 30 minus L1. Okay. Then you get the equation 2L1 is equal to 30 minus L1. Then L1 is equal to 10 meter. Okay. Next is to find out the, so L2 would be L1 30 minus L1 is L2. So L2 would be 30 minus 10, that is 20 meter. Next is to find the reactions HVA and VB. So what we have to do here, consider the left portion first and the right portion later. Take the moment about the crown. So VA into 10 minus H into the rise R1 minus 80 into 5, that is equal to 0. So VA, we get the equation from 2.5 VA minus H minus 100 is equal to 0. Now consider what we have to do. We have to consider the right portion of the point C. What are the forces acting? VB, H and the 100 kilonewton point force. So take the moment about the crown, considering only the right portion of the point C. So VB into 20, the L2 is 20 meter. You have to consider that now. See, the crown is at a distance of L2 now from the support B. Before it was L1. When you are considering the left portion, now we are considering the right portion. You have to consider VB into 20 minus H, the height now is 16 meter, 100 into 10, the 100 meter force, 100 Newton force is at a distance of 10 meter from the crown. So that distance you have to consider while finding the moment. So this is the moment. You get another equation now. Let it be equation 2. Okay, now we have to apply the conditions of equilibrium. Sigma V is equal to 0. VA plus VB would be equal to 80 plus 100, that is 180. So keep VB in terms of VA. VB is equal to 180 minus VA. Substitute that in the equation 2, the value of VB as 180 minus VA. So we get the another equation, minus VA minus 0.8H plus 130. Consider this equation and the equation 1. We get H as 75 kilonewton. Substituting this in equation 1 and 2, we get VA as 70 kilonewton and VB as 110 kilonewton. Okay, so we can find the total reactions if you want. That is, if it is asked to find the reaction, total reaction, then you have to must find out by using this formula. That is, VA we have got as 70, H as 75, 70 square plus 75 square. So RB is VB square plus H square. We can find out RB as 133.13 kilonewton. Next is to find the bending moment, normal thrust and the radial shear. To find that, we have to find Y and theta, right? So it is asked to find the radial shear, normal thrust and the bending moment both the loaded points. So consider Y is at a distance of 5 meter. Here again, since L1 is 10 meter, if you consider from the left support also, X is 5 meter itself. Here X is considered from the left support. This distance is considered as X. Okay, that is, since L1 is 10 meter, 10 minus 5, X is 5 meter itself. So the Y at a distance of 5 meter, same equation of the parabola, 4r by L square into X into L minus X. See here, be careful here, by coincidence it has been given at the 5 meter and L1 is 10 meter, but X is not this 5 meter. X is not this 5 meter, but X is this 5 meter. By coincidence it is 10 minus 5, that is equal to 5 meter itself. Okay, so Y5 we get as 3 meter. So find out the bending moment under 80 kilonewton, that is VA into 5 minus H into 3. So we get the bending moment as 125 kilonewton meter. Now find out Y under 100 kilonewton load. Okay, that is at a distance of 10 meter. Now the X is considered from the left support. Yes, of course, see here L2 is 20 meter. So this X or X2 is 20 minus 10, that is again to a 10 meter. We didn't consider this as the X. We had considered from the right support as X. So here X again, X is 10 meter. Substitute, and the L, I hope you have observed here in this equation and this equation. L is the total span between the arch here. In the first case it is 10 plus 10, that is 20 or 2 into 10. In the second case L2 is 20, so this 20 plus this 20, this distance when you extend the arch, this is your L now. So this is 20 and this is 20, that you have to consider 2 into 20. Here also L means 2 into 20 only. Here L means the span L2 into L1 only. that you have to be careful. Don't consider as 10, neither 10, just 10, 20 or the total span 30. It is L1, 2L1 and 2L2. Here L means the length of the span of the arch under consideration. As you know, when the springings are at different level, we consider the given arch as the two arches, dividing them at the same levels. So these are all points you have to remember while substituting. Don't blindly substitute. So there is the chances, simple problem, but the chances making substituting L value, you may commit mistakes. So please practice all these problems. So we have found out the Y under the 100 kilonewton load. What is the next step? Next step is to find out the bending moment. What are the forces producing the bending moment? VB and the H. So VB into 10 or minus VB into 10 plus H into Y, that is under the load Y. What is Y? That is we get as 12 meter. So considering the bending moment, we get it as 200 kilonewton meter under the load 100 kilonewton. Okay. So for the previous problem, please find out the radial shear normal thrust at the under the 100 kilonewton load and the 80 kilonewton load. So another type of the three-hinged arch is the circular arch. What we have seen till now are the parabolic arch at the same levels, springings at the same level and the springings at the different level. Let's see the circular arch. So here consider the ACB as the circular arch. So consider, so in the circular in the circle, consider ACB as the circular arch. Let O be the center of the arch. You can see this distance from the crown here C, that is the, we know that is YC. So this length will be, total length is nothing but the diameter, that is, if R is the radius, that is equal to 2R. So this length will be 2R minus YC. Please note that. So if we consider the segment of the arch, it is drawn from the center of the circle, that is O. So here YC is the spring level, crown level from the springings. This is the circle. So circle, this is will be L by 2, L by 2. OD, you can see that is nothing but the radius R I was measuring. Okay. So here if you take the length from the crown, from the center, this length, let's consider it as the X, and the coordinate D is Y. Okay. So if we consider that as the, we have to find out the radius of the circular arch. Span would be given, radius will not be given. You know that this length is YC, right? I asked you to observe already. So this length will be 2R minus YC. Considering those two spans, the radius of the circular arch from the geometry can be determined as 2R minus YC into YC is equal to L by 2, L by 2. Getting 2R minus YC into YC is equal to L by 2, L by 2. By using this equation, we can find out the radius of the given arch. Okay, and to find y, here see we are measuring the x from the crown for the circular arch. Please remember that. Okay, x. So in this equation you can see OD square from the triangle ODF. OD square is equal to DF square plus OF square. OD is nothing but R. DF is nothing but X. X is measured from the crown or the center of the arch or the midpoint of the arch into OF. What is OF? See, we require now the length OF this length. OF. Okay. So this length is nothing but Y, right? So OF is equal to up to here from the point O to C, that is R, right? R minus YC. If you consider R minus YC, we get this length, right? But plus Y, plus if we add plus Y, then we can get the length OF. So R minus YC plus Y whole square. We have already, by using the equation 2R minus YC into YC is equal to L by 2 into L by 2. We have found out the radius of the arch. Substitute here, YC would be given in the problem, that is the height of the crown. So only unknown is y. We can find out the y by using this equation. See, this is the main difference from the parabolic arch and the circular arch. In the parabolic arch, we were using the equation y is equal to 4r by L square into x into L minus x. Here we use the equation to find y. R square is equal to x square plus r minus yc plus y square. Remember here x is found from the center, that is from the crown, not from the left support. Okay, that you have to remember. If in the problem given from the left support also, you have to subtract that from the L by 2 you get from the center. Okay, so only these two formulas you have to remember, and the theta here is measured from the vertical, from the center, this origin here, this is measured as theta, that was not with the horizontal, it is with the vertical. Okay, circular arches are mainly designed because they look more beautiful than the parabolic arch, but from the calculation purposes, parabolic arches are more easier compared to circular arches. Then nothing different in other structural way. Okay, so let's see some of the problems. Here also no diagram is given. You have to read the question properly and you have to draw the diagram. A three-hinged arch is circular, 25 meter in span with a central rise of 5 meter. It is loaded with a concentrated load of 10 kilonewton at 7.5 meter from the left hand hinge. Find the horizontal thrust, reaction at each end hinge, bending moment under the load. Okay, this is the question given. So the span is 25 meter. A single load 10 kilonewton is acting at a 7.5 meter from the left hand. Find the bending moment under the load and the reactions. So this is the diagram. So reaction H and VA are marked here at the support A. H and VB are marked at the support B. Okay, so at a distance of 7.5 meter, it is 10 kilonewton force is acting. The rise is given as 5 meter, span is 25 meter. Okay, first step is to find out your radius, reactions, vertical reactions. As usual, VA plus VB is equal to 10 kilonewton, only one load. Then take the moment about either the end B or at the end A. Here the levels are at the same level, both the supports are at the same level, hence no need to consider the left half portion, right half portion. Directly we take the moment about any of the end support. So taking the moments of all the forces about A, because 10 kilonewton is measured from the point A, it is easier to take the moment. VB 10 into 7.5 minus VB into 25. So VB we get as 3 kilonewton. We know VA plus VB is 10 kilonewton. So VA would be 10 minus 3, that is 7 kilonewton. Next is to find the H as in the parabolic hinge arch. We here also take the moment about the crown. The moment about the crown is 0. Apply that condition. Either consider the left portion or the right portion. Here see, if you consider the left portion, we get the moments of VA, H and the 10 kilonewton force, right? Three moments. But if you consider the right portion, only VB and H are producing the moments, no other forces are acting. So it would be easier if you consider the right portion. If you want, you can consider the left portion. If we consider the left portion, the moment would be VA into 7.5 minus H into VA into the center point, VA into 12.5 minus H into the rise Y minus 10 into this distance, that is this distance. Okay. So, but let's consider the right portion. What are the forces producing moment? VB and the H. VB into half of 25, that is 12.5 minus H into rise Y. So, we can find out, we have found out VB already. So only unknown is H. So find out H as 7.5 kilonewton. Okay. So the total reactions RA and RB we can find out. RA is equal to under the root VA square plus H square. So H we have got as 7.5, VA is 7. Substitute, we get RA. RB similarly VB square plus H square under the root. So we can find out RB also. Now we have to find out y. Before to find out y, we should know r. So what is the formula to find the radius? L by 2 into L by 2 is equal to yc into 2r minus yc. This formula is not to find y, it is to find r. Okay, so we know L, that is given as 25, so L by 2 will be 12.5. YC is known, that is given as 5 meter. So 2R minus 5. If you substitute, only unknown is R, we get R as 18.125 meter. Okay, now substitute the in the equation OD square is equal to OE square plus ED square, or we can write down directly R square is equal to R minus YC minus Y whole square plus X square. Here see, it is asked to find out the bending moment at a distance of 7.5 meter from the left support, as I told. but we here in the circular arch we measure x from the midpoint. So total distance is 12.5 meter. So 12.5 minus 7.5, that is 5 meter. Okay, x you have to substitute here as 5. This is x, that is ED square, this length ED. Okay, so substitute that. We get the where only unknown is y here, so we get y. By solving this equation, so the steps are shown. Only unknown is y. Find out y as 4.3 meter. Okay, so bending moment under the load. So VA into the distance is 7.5 minus h into y. So 7 into 7.5 minus y is 4.3. Substitute. We get the bending moment under the load as 20.25 kilonewton meter. Okay, in this problem also it is not asked to find the radial shear, normal thrust. The next problem I will show you, but for your practice, find out the radial shear and the normal thrust under the 10 kilonewton loading. Okay, so let's move on to the next problem. So 3-hinged circular arch of span 16 meter and rise 4 meter is subjected to 2-point loads 100 kilonewton and 80 kilonewton at the left end and the right quarter span. At the left and right quarter span points, find the reactions at the supports. Find also the bending moment, radial shear and normal thrust at 6 meter from the left support. Here the span of the circular arch is 16 meter. So at the quarter span means 16 by 4, 4 meter from the left end and the right end. 100 kilonewton and the 80 kilonewton loads are acting. So this is your diagram. See, at 4 meter quarter span means 16 by 4, that is 4 meter, 100 kilonewton is acting. From the right end 80 kilonewton force is acting. YC rise is given as 4 meter, span is 16 meter. So two reactions at the support levels at each support, VA and H, as well as VB and HB. Sorry, H itself, because there are no other horizontal forces acting. So HA will be equal to HB. So this is the diagram. First step, as usual, is to find out the reactions by applying the conditions of equilibrium. Let's take the moment about the any end, either A or B. Okay. So taking the moments about A, we can take the moment about B also. 100 into 4 plus 80 into 12. This is at a distance of 12 meter from the support A, and VB minus VB into total span is 16 meter minus VB into 16 gives you the moment. So only unknown is VB. We can find out VB as 85 kilonewton. Next, apply the condition sigma V is equal to 0. VA plus VB is equal to 100 plus 80, that is 180. So VA would be equal to 95 kilonewton. Okay, next is to find the hedge. In order to find the hedge, we have to take the moments about the crown. So we can consider either the left portion or the right portion. Considering the left portion, VA into 8 minus H into YC. YC is given as 4 meter minus 100 into 4. This length 4 now. See, this 100 we are taking the moment about the crown. So we have to find the distance of this force from the crown, that is this total length half the span is 8 meter. Out of that, if you subtract 4 meter, you get it as 4 meter. That is not the 4 meter from the left support. This 4 meter we have from the crown we had considered. So only unknown is H. Substitute the values of VA and YC. So we get H as 90 kilonewton. We can find out the total reactions RA and RB by using the formula. RA is equal to under the root H square plus VA square. So we can find RA as well as RB under the root VB square plus H square. Okay, this is how we have found out the reaction. Next step is to find out the radius. Through the radius we have to find out the y, and then we have to find out the bending moment, normal thrust and the radial shear x at a distance of 6 meter. We have to find here all the internal forces at x, that is 6 meter from the left support. Half of the span is 8 meter. We are going to find at a distance of 6 meter from the left support. Okay, but in case of circular arch, we measure the x from the midpoint. So this x will be equal to, what is the value? 8 minus 6. 8 minus 6, that would be equal to 2 meter. You have to find substitute in the equation to find the y. We have to substitute in the equation x as not 6 meter but 2 meter. Okay. So that's all. You have to keep that in mind. Don't blindly substitute x as 6 meter. Measure. Remember here the x is measured from the center of the arch. So that would be 8 minus 6, that is equal to 2 meter. So to find the radius R, we use the formula L by 2 into L by 2 is equal to YC into 2R minus YC. Here see the X is measured from the center. So that is, the section is at a distance of 6 meter from the left support. So X is equal to 8 minus 6, that is 2 meter. Okay, anyway here in this form we don't require. So the span that YC as 4 is given, L is equal to 16. So we get R as 10 meter. So consider the triangle OEF. R square is equal to, use the formula, R square is equal to R minus YC plus Y whole square plus X square. Here please substitute X as 2 meter, not 6 meter. YC is 4 given. Substitute. We get the equation in this form. Solve the quadratic equation. We get Y as 3.8 meter at the section, that can be either 6 meter from the left support or the 2 meter from the center point. But while substituting x here in this equation, substitute x as 2, not 6. Okay, so we have found out the y here. Next is to find out the theta. Here please see the theta for this circular arch is measured from the vertical. So if you take tan theta, that is adjacent, opposite by adjacent, opposite is FV for the triangle, adjacent is OE. So FV is 2 meter, we know OE, what is OE? OE is this length. Okay, this length we require now. So that is nothing but here OD plus Y. What is OD? If you take OC, that is nothing but the radius of the circle. If you subtract from YC, we get OD. Why we have to do this? Because we require the length only up to the point E. Okay, so that is nothing but if you OD is R minus YC. If you add to that the Y what we have calculated just now, so you get the length OE. Okay, so that is equal to R is 10 meter, we have got, YC is 4, so OD is 10 minus 4, that is what the 6 written here, plus Y, we get the value. Substituting those values, get tan inverse Y we have found out as 3.8. So tan inverse 2 by 6 plus 3.8. We get theta as 11.32. This is how we find theta. Remember, theta is measured from the vertical. These are the changes in the circular arch. The y equation is different. Here to find y, we should know find r. Then y is found out by the equation r square is equal to r minus yc plus y whole square plus x square. Remember, x is measured from the center of the arch, not from the support. Okay, so this is the changes you have to remember in the analysis of the three-hinged circular arch. So we have to find out the bending moment. Okay, section 6 meter from the left support. So what are the forces acting? VA, H and the 100 kilonewton. 100 kilonewton is at a distance of 2 meter, that is 6 minus 4, that is 2 meter from the left support. So the moment is VA into X, that is 6 meter, minus H into Y, we have just now found out, and 100 into 2. So we get all are known quantities. We know the Y value. So bending moment is 28 kilonewton meter. Okay, next is to find out the radial shear and the normal thrust. We have to find out the net vertical shear force at X, that is equal to 6 meter from the A. So there are only two forces, VA and 100 kilonewtons. So the net shear force at the section, considering the left of the section, that is VA minus 100, 95 minus 100, you get it as shear force as V as minus 5. Next, apply the formula. Radial shear is, we know H is 90 kilonewton. So radial shear force at the section is V cos theta minus H sin theta. Theta we had found out 11.32. Substitute that. V substitute it as minus 5. H as 90. So we get R as minus 22.9 kilonewton. Next is to substitute for the normal thrust. So N is equal to V sine theta plus H cos theta. V is minus 5, H is 90, theta is 11.32. Substitute, you get the answer as 87.17 kilo Newton. Okay, so this is how we analyze the three-hinged circular arch. These are the problems for the assignment. This is the springings at different levels. Determine the support reaction. Normal thrust and radial shear to the right of the point D of the three-hinged arch shown in figure. Just to the right of the point D means while finding the shear force, that is V, you have to consider 100 kilonewton also, that is VA minus 100. If it is left of the D, the shear force at the section is VA itself. Okay. So if it is nothing by mentioned, we consider it as the right of the point D, and we consider shear force, the net shear force at the section as VA minus whatever the load acting at that point. Okay. So solve this problem. Next is the three-hinged circular arch of span 10 meter and central rise 2.5 meter, supports a point load of 100 kilonewton at left quarter span and a UTL of 20 kilonewton per meter over the right half of the span. Determine the reactions, normal thrust and radial shear at right quarter span point. So, I am giving you the diagram. Actually, diagram would not be given. So this is the diagram according to the given problem. Solve, find out the reactions, find out the value of R using the value of the radius, find out Y and then theta, then find out the internal forces as well as the reactions at the spring level. Okay, that's all for the three-hinged arches. So we had seen that the analysis of the three-hinged arch when the springings at the different level. So in the analysis of the three-hinged arches of the springings at the different level, what we have to do, we need to find, first we find the horizontal reaction considering the left half portion and the right half portion, and then we apply the conditions of equilibrium, that is sigma v is equal to 0. By solving the simultaneous equations, we get H and the reactions. Okay, the rest of the things are same, only here there is, then you find the y using the same parabolic equation. Y is equal to 4r by L square into x into L minus x. But here you have to consider the arch as the two arches at the same levels. One from the point A, draw the horizontal line, you get one arch. One from the point B, draw another horizontal line, you get the another arch, the springings level y1 and y2. So while considering the span to find the y is equal to 4r by L square into x into L minus x. L you have to consider of that particular concerned arch, whether it is the arch from the point A or it is the arch from the point B. So L is 2L1 or 2L2 depending upon the arch which you are considering, depending upon the section which is given. So be careful over there. L1 and L is the 2L1 or 2L2. Y by y is equal to yc 4r by L square into x into L minus x, that is 4r by L square, L is the total span, either 2L1 or 2L2. Okay, so rest of the methods are same, only you have to concentrate on that L to find out Y. Be careful over there, then apply in the formula and find out the rest of the thing. Okay, analysis of the circular arches. We use the formula to find R. L by 2 into L by 2 is equal to 2R into 2R into YC into R minus Y, R minus YC into YC. So you get the value of R, and then we find out the Y, and here circular arch, remember X is measured from the center of the arch. So find out, solve the rest of the problems. Please complete the assignment. This completes the topic 3 hinged arches. Next we take of the same module suspension cables. I hope you are watching the full video. If you are not, loss is for yourself. This is the most simplest topic. Don't miss it. Practice all the problems. Thank you.